As much as you've done so far with slope and intercept and having worked with a lot of equations in slope-intercept form, I'd like to see if you can go straight from the line to the equation without having to plot any points or draw an X and Y grid. I'd like to see you just go from one to the other because you can. And it's a lot fewer steps. You just have to be very familiar with what the M and the B stand for. So let's start with this page right here. It says to use the slope and y-intercept values in the formulas to match them to the lines. So these are the formulas. This is known as the Y-intercept formula. Y equals mx plus b. M stands for slope. B stands for the y-intercept. Let's start by looking at the graphed lines over here. Notice numbers correspond with each of the lines. So I'm going to start with the line number 1. Let's see, the y-intercept is the easiest, and I see that the y-intercept is right here. It intersects the y at 1. So that tells me when I come over here that I'm going to need a 1. Now this is a positive 1 because it's above the x line. So it could be C or G. So it's either C or G. So now what I need to do is determine the slope. So here's a point and here's another point right here. So I go up to, I'm just going to write this beside number 1. I go up 2 over 1. Ha! That means my slope is 2. So we've got, so that was easy. Number 1 is G. Just like that. Let's look down at number 4 now. I'm going to do them this way instead of in order because it's easier to show this in a video with all of these together than trying to go across the page. So this is how we're going to do it. So number 4, notice that number 4 intersects the axis at the origin. It's not up 1 or down 1 or up, or there's nothing. So you're not going to add anything because it's 0. So our possibilities could be not adding anything. It'd be A, not adding anything. Could be F. Could be K. So it could be A, B, F, or K. So let's look at the slope. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, which again is 2. So my slope is 2. So y equals m, so that's going to be a 2. So y equals, so that's not it. Let's see, y equals 2. Y equals 2, but there's no x. That's going to be a different kind of problem. So no, not that one. Let's see, come down here. Y equals 2x. I'm pretty sure that's it. And we've got x. Oh, no, that's definitely not it. Because that's not in slope-intercept form. There's no y. So definitely number 4 is F. Number 7. Where do we intersect? Let's come down. -1. We intersect at -1. I'm going to go ahead and erase these. All right, so where do I have a -1? So -1, so it could be D or E or J. They all intersect, they all have a -1 for the y-intercept. So back to number 7. Let's see, where do we have some points? Looks like that right there. So we go up 2, it was funny, another one with a slope of 2. How crazy is that? Slope of 2. So 2x minus 1. So 2x minus 1. I think it's d. So that's just x minus 1. That would be a slope of 1. Then we've got half x minus 1. So that would be a slope of 1/2. So it is definitely d. Number 7 is d. And finally, number 10, our y-intercept is, it's down below the x-axis, so it's -2. See where we're subtracting to. Well, looks like h is our only possibility. Let's make sure that's correct. So here's a point, 1/1, so the slope is 1. The slope, okay, so it's h. There we go. Now, just to kind of give you a little hint here, number 2 is a little unique because it's just plain horizontal, and number 9 is also unique. It is vertical. If you're not sure how to match those, I suggest doing these others first and then going back. But honestly, it's really obvious when you see which one goes with it. So keep that in mind. I'd like for you to do 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9 on your own. I think you got it.